No, but hello. You're not here at all. No. Did you trim my beard off? Do you think? Yeah. Come on. All right, give me a minute.
Hello and welcome to the FB Premier League show, almost said podcast. Today it's going to be a bit of a sort of, hopefully quick, not too lively one because me and Matt are both ill. He's under strict instructions not to make me laugh because I go into coughing fits. Yeah, he's just feeling like shit as well. So enjoy. What is the first fixture to look at, Matt? Is it exciting?
Is it what?
Exciting.
What do you mean?
Just what is the first fixture?
Are we going over the results or are we predicting?
Oh, God. I think we just predict because I don't have the energy to do both, and it will take like 2 hours if we do both.
Okay, well I think we did pretty shit anyway, so that's probably for the best.
Oh, should we? Okay, we could toss up the points, and then
Yeah, right.
I won't bother reviewing each game.
Let's have a look what happened. So it was midweek fixtures. First game was Forest. Was it midweek? I'm so confused. My
Midweek
brain.
fixtures, yeah.
Arsenal, right? You got a point. I did not. I went for the 2-2 draw. It nearly was a 2-2 draw at the end. Fulham, Everton. I got a point. You did not. Luton, Brighton. Big Luton win. Fuck.
Oh yeah, I want you to make a short of my prediction here, even though it's not perfectly accurate.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you got the point. Luton win. Palace, Sheffield United. That was so close to a 4-2, mate.
Oh yeah.
They all laughed at the 4-2. Both got a point. Villa, Newcastle. Let's not talk about that. City, Burnley. What was City, Burnley? 3-1?
3-1, yeah.
Both got a point. Spurs, Brentford. We both went for the draw. It was close at the end.
Yeah, not
bad. Liverpool, Chelsea. Both got a point. West Ham, Bournemouth. What was that?
I didn't get a point for that.
No, we both went Bournemouth win. And Wolves, Man United, we both went Wolves win.
Yeah.
Did you see the Kobe Manu goal?
I did, yeah, I did eventually.
Oh, Jesus. That's good. Okay, so no, it wasn't terrible. Nothing spectacular. I got 4, you got 5.
Yes, extending the lead again.
So it's 74. 82. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Illness in hand. Let's go. Let's do
Saturday. Everton, Tottenham. First game.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna do like a deep dive on this. I'm just gonna say Villa and Tottenham play a similar way with the high lines. Tottenham do attack a little more intensely than we do and a little differently. They've still got some players out. Everton have got a couple of players returning. So I think it'll be a similar result. 0-0.
The return of the Spurs bias.
Yep.
I don't know what's going to happen here, man. Because Spurs did... The Brentford game was close. They were the better team, but they're just not very good at defending or controlling games. But like they're a better team than Everton. But the Spurs bias is ticking away. I can feel it.
Feel it at the back of your throat.
Feel
or is that the
it.
illness?
No, it's Sean Dyche. It's 2-1 Everton.
Oh, wow.
Come on, Spurs have got to fuck up sometime soon.
Yeah, they will.
Right, Brighton Palace, that weird derby in the bottom of the country.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one because Palace have just come off a good win. It was weird though because Eze and Elise both came off injured, if I'm remembering it correctly.
Yeah, I'm going to have a look at what that's about.
So whether they can actually do that again, I don't know. I do think it's a Brighton win here, even though they did lose 4-0 to Luton.
4-0 to Luton, no?
Yeah, but I think part of that was spurred on by Lockyer's return to the stadium. He came out on the pitch before the game, really put the energy into them. And as I kind of said before that, it was like Brighton had like a specific set of factors that meant it was possible for Luton to come out on top here, even though it seems unlikely on the surface. Whereas Crystal Palace, I don't think have those same characteristics. They're kind of more reliant on those individuals. When they're injured, they're going to struggle. So I think I'll just go for a pretty safe, probably, I don't know, Brighton 2-0. And if Elise and Eze aren't injured, or one of them's not injured, then maybe I'd say 2-1, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, so Eze's got to have uh, a late scan, but it was just like tightness
Okay.
that he came off for. Elise was just precautionary, so I think Elise will be like
Oh, so maybe one.
ninety
Okay.
percent,
I think I'll go 2-1
ninety percent.
Brighton then.
Yeah, like one of them, potentially both, will be involved. So 2-1. Yeah, I think Brighton win is probably more likely here. They're so unpredictable. Like usually with most teams losing losing 4-0 to Luton, you'd think there's problems there, but with Brighton for some reason it doesn't really say that to me. Like, it doesn't actually mean anything. They could quite easily go and win 4-0 here after losing 4-0 the week before. They're just kind of like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Could see a draw because
Yeah.
Palace are kind of they've had a good win, but they were on a really bad run. But they're the kind of team who, I don't know, they can grind out results and stuff. They're not terrible. I think I don't know. Well, I can't go for the 2-1. That's just a nice result that I want to. I want to have. What do I think is going to happen? I think Brighton are going to win. I'm going to go 3-1.
Ooh, crazy. Mental.
Crazy.
It's probably pretty possible to be fair.
I hope so. Burnley, Fulham.
Oh, that is interesting because of that reverse fixture where Burnley did come out 2-0 winners away from home. That is interesting. You know, they loaned out Zauri to Hull, which I wasn't happy about because he plays the same position as Philogene.
Oh, really?
Yeah, weird. Maybe he's playing off the right. I don't know. But anyway,
Yeah.
Fulham in a bit of a dip of form, perhaps, but they have just got in Brozier on loan. I think he'll have a good debut. I think he'll suit their system if he
Yeah,
plays.
that's a good signing, I think.
So, do you know what? I back Fulham to at least hold Burnley at home, if not get a win. So, I think I'll go maybe Fulham
I
1
think I've got
0.
a Fulham 1-0 here.
Oh, yeah, we both just went 1 0. Fair enough.
That's all right. We'll have to take. We said it at the same time,
Yeah,
so.
it's different then. It's different.
Da, 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 da. Newcastle, Luton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is that little thing in your mind that's like, but Luton could. Just like
Every
not your
every
voice.
Luton game is like that now.
Yeah. But I just think after that previous win of Newcastle's, they'll have a bit more confidence. Their home
Yeah,
form's usually
definitely. They'll
pretty
be on a
good.
high back at
Um,
home.
yeah. Although some could say that they might have a bit of overconfidence, like we might have had in that fixture, and perhaps suffered because of it. I don't know if
Maybe.
that was the case. Maybe it was. So yeah, perhaps a similar thing could happen. But I just have to back a Newcastle win here
Yeah, I
really.
struggled to see him not scoring a few goals, to be honest, just
Yeah,
because of that confidence. Like, even if they are overconfident, the way the atmosphere is at St James's Park, um,
they'll back it
you
up.
know, yeah, I can't see him not scoring a few. I've got like maybe a 3-1, 3-0,
I'm thinking
but
3-2.
then I was thinking 3-2 because just Luton just seem to be scoring goals against anybody at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going for that.
Uh, 3-2, okay.
Yeah, still keeps the point if Newcastle win another way, but then gets me bonus points if Luton do perform well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-0.
Ooh,
Just, I don't know. I just see this being one of those Newcastle games where the atmosphere just kind of creates something special and they're really dominant.
fair enough.
Uh, Harsh on Luton, to be fair. Nothing against Luton.
Yeah.
To back them to not score is pretty harsh given the run they're on. But yeah, I think Newcastle will just be so confident. Uh, Sheffield United Villa, that's today.
It is.
Buzzing.
Yeah. We're going to be watching it like.
Yeah, dying. Like, excited and then
Right.
just sort of into a 10-minute coughing.
Yeah, I nearly went into one there, but I just saved myself. Right. Um, what do we think is going to happen? When I first woke up this morning and put my pessimistic hat on, I said 2-2. And then I was
Oh,
like, no, but I feel like it could be similar to um, perhaps, I don't know, maybe the Brentford game where we win 2-1 in a scrappy game with a late winner maybe. So I'm going to back Villa 2-1. I think every time we're away and it's a team I think we can beat, I always say 2-1. To be fair, I'm going to stick to it just because if you are going to win away in the Premier League, I think 2-1's a pretty likely scoreline.
yeah.
Or 1-0, but
Yeah, it's kind of a difficult one to predict because, on one hand, Sheffield United are in a crap run of form.
yeah, they are
Um,
playing slightly better than they have previously.
they're playing a bit better than earlier in the season, as in like they look more capable of creating chances at least, which was their main problem. But they've not actually really improved. It shouldn't be a problem for Villa based on Sheffield United's form and performances, but Villa away are not instilling any confidence right now. So I keep my Villa predictions at the moment. I keep backing us to have a kind of comeback win where we find ourselves again. But I don't know. It's kind of looking a bit foolish at the minute because we're not getting that result ever at the moment.
I think it's a valid opinion. I do think we'll look better at some point in the rest of the season than we have at any point early on in the season. I think it will come.
Yeah, it's just about when.
Get that confidence back.
I reckon I'm going to go for a good Villa 3-1 win.
Ooh, big one.
Again, it could look foolish based on how we've actually been playing, but I think we're due a good result. Emery will change something up. The Newcastle game is gonna maybe put a bit of fire in our bellies as well. So it's hopeful, but yeah, confident Villa win, I think.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I just had another coughing fit there. One match. So yeah, quickly on to the next one.
God, it's terrible. What is it? Bournemouth Forest. Interesting.
Yeah, that is going to be tough to call. I'm thinking off the bat. I'm thinking Desmond.
That could be a very good prediction. I think Bournemouth are favourites for sure.
Yeah.
But Forest just seem to cause anybody problems. Like they almost got the draw against Arsenal. They're weird because they kind of play quite badly a lot of the time, but at the same time they seem capable of sneaking results. Like no matter how badly they play, they always create a couple chances.
Yeah. It's the individuals they've got as well. They've got so many talented individuals.
Yeah, that's kind of what's carrying them through.
They get the occasional result. Like I think especially Chris Wood and Awoniyi up against that Bournemouth defence of Senesi, Zarbanyi, Chris Mepham. Like even if those guys are all still in, they're not particularly big or imposing centre backs. Whereas Awoniyi and Chris Wood are very aerially strong and very imposing strikers. So I definitely don't back Bournemouth to keep a clean sheet here. I think they will concede goals. It's just whether they outscore Nottingham Forest or not. Based on their form, I'd say probably not. I think you could get away with a draw or even a Forest win here, even if Bournemouth over the course of the season are favourites. But I think you've got to look a little more closely at it. I'm still struggling on whether to go for the draw or the Forest win, to be honest. But what about you?
I think I'm leaning towards the draw, to be honest. I don't think Bournemouth will keep a clean sheet. and they've not looked as kind of free flowing in attack and confident in the last couple of performances. So I don't know if I don't think they'll be dominant. I think it will be kind of scrappy. That's why I'm leaning towards the draw.
They've still got players at AFCON. They loaned out Traore again or sold him, so they are down on personnel in those sort of creative and attacking areas.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a 1-1 or a 2-2. I think.
I'm going to take the 3-2 Forest win. I think
Decent. Yeah, I'll go for the draw. I haven't gone for a draw yet. I'll go 2-2. I think Solanke's still in good form. That's the thing. I was thinking, how many goals are there actually going to be in the game? But both teams have forwards in good form. So, yeah, I'll go 2-2. All right, Chelsea Wolves.
Sorry?
Chelsea Wolves.
Chelsea Wolves.
Chelsea Wolves is quite hard to call. Wolves played quite badly against Man United out of nowhere.
I think Nkunku looks like he might be coming into some decent form potentially if he continues the way he did against Liverpool. Palmer's obviously in great form. Wolves, I think they'll be solid defensively, but Chelsea will still be dominant. I think a Chelsea win is likely here, but it will be close. So maybe a 2-1 Chelsea.
2-1. Yeah, I think I'm looking at like 2. I was going to say 2-0, but I don't know if I see the clean sheet. Yeah, 2-1, 3-1. I think is a good shout. I do see the Chelsea win. I think. I just don't know where I see Wolves scoring.
To be fair, I mean, Wolves are that good defensively at times that you could perhaps see Chelsea struggling to create those high probability chances. So
that's very true.
It could be one of those.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea, have they kind of got over their problems scoring a little bit?
I think the way to phrase it is probably that the amount they underperform their XG by has probably decreased.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know they've got over their problems in that department.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. Maybe I'm kind of leaning towards a draw or something, actually. Like initially, I thought I kind of just instinctually it was a Chelsea win, but Wolves can be. I think like the Wolves Man United thing. If you look at it in terms of their form, that is an outlier that they played badly, and they played badly and nearly got the result. They were at home, obviously.
Yeah.
But like if you ignore that last game that you could see anomaly, like Wolves are still on a really good trajectory in terms of their form. So then Chelsea as well. I'm thinking a draw. I'm thinking of maybe a 1-1. I'm thinking of Wolves defending well and snatching a goal on the counter. Maybe a Palmer penalty for Chelsea.
Yeah,
1-1.
He's always backing to score those penalties.
Yeah. What scoreline you going? 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with the 2-1. I think it's fairly sensible, but I could see it not happening equally. But you've got to pick something.
You got to pick something.
Yeah. Can't sit on the fence forever. Even a draw's not sitting on the fence anymore these days. A draw's like more brave than anything.
It kind of is, to be fair. Yeah. Right. Man United, West Ham. God knows.
What a horrendous match to try and
God knows.
Didn't United get the better of West Ham at their place, or am I thinking was that the other way around?
Can't remember. Well, United are at home, so it was
a high-scoring win for one of them. Let me double check.
West Ham won 2-0.
West Ham won 2-0. Okay, so I was just in La La Land then. And it's at Old Trafford this time.
Yes.
Ooh. I'm going to go 2-2, you know. I'm going to go 2-2.
2-2. Nice.
Going to get my draw in there.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough one. Man United are obviously just they're always unpredictable. They had a good win against Wolves. They've got a way of kind of grinding results out. That's what they've been doing all season, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, not looking very good, but getting the odd kind of good result. But then this could be a perfect game for West Ham on the counter.
If they force Man United into trying to control the game, which they're generally not very good at,
Yeah,
put themselves in a good position to actually play on the counter and play to their strengths. So
yeah,
I think it's something Ten Hag would likely get drawn into.
yeah. I think 2-2 is a very good shout. It's hard to pick a winner. I think I might go for a Man United win. The last two results I've gone for a draw.
You've got the floor, mate. Tell us.
I don't even know why. I just think the home advantage. They're just good at home, and when it comes together for them, they're an okay team. West Ham aren't playing especially well, but like not badly either. Uh, Man United got a couple players coming back from injury. Kobe Manu is like magic. Garnacho's on good form. Rashford scored. Don't know if that means anything. He looked so
Yeah,
miserable after he scored, man.
I think he wants out of United.
I feel kind of bad for him at this point. He just looked so sad. I was like, damn. Is
You've
he?
got to think like the last sort of 2 years before this season, he had kind of gone through this redemption arc, and United were kind of looking better, and it looked like things might be changing. And so, in his eyes, especially after what was it, 30, 40 goal contributions in
Last
that
year,
long
yeah.
season, he was kind of looking like, oh, this is where I either lead Man United to like big things, or someone comes and saves me from this hellhole. And no one came in, and United have fallen off a cliff. He's fallen off a cliff, and so everything that lit up in his view of like, oh my god, it's going to be amazing. This is the like peak of my career or whatever, has just completely vanished, and now he's just there, depressed in this shitty United side. So I can
Yeah,
understand it.
it would be it'd be a rubbish place to play. And I think it's just like the pressure thing as well, going off such a good season. And he's always had the pressure on him because he's just been a good English prospect and there's always hype. And
Yeah,
coming off the back of a really good season and then playing badly and having personal issues and stuff, like, yeah, it's just kind of a perfect storm for him to be having a shit time. Um, yeah, anyway, I'm going for the Man United 2-1.
still alive,
Hoyland is going to get a goal.
is he?
Yep,
Hoyland.
Hoyland. Arsenal Liverpool now, the big fixture.
Yeah, Jesus, I don't know what to do. It could be a repeat of the FA Cup fixture. Cheeky Liverpool win.
Yeah, so I think they've played each other twice this season, and Liverpool have got the win both. Oh no, the first
No,
one
the
was a
draw was 1-1 at Anfield,
one
and
0
then
in the
2
cup.
0 2-0 away at the Emirates for Liverpool.
Was it 2-0?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so Liverpool haven't lost to Arsenal yet this season, which suggests it would be kind of bold to go for an Arsenal win here. But then anything can happen. Arsenal are still, as much as like they've had a bit of a dip, and Liverpool are having a good season. There's still very few points between them.
What
Like
was
this,
their midweek result? They won 2-1 away at Forest, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, they won 2-1 away at Forest. It was kind of a shaky win in the end. It was one of those Arsenal performances where they looked comfortable, but I don't know. There seems to be something missing there where they couldn't kind of like calmly close the game out. They had a stressful moment at the end of the game, which didn't need to happen. So there's something not quite right there. But it's still like a decent win away at Forest. I mean, like we couldn't do it. A lot of teams struggle to win away at Forest. Liverpool are clearly the kind of slightly better team, clearly on better form at the moment. But
They've lost
Arsenal,
some of their key players since those fixtures, though. That's the only thing.
yeah. So yeah, it will be a slightly different Liverpool team. Yeah, I don't know. It's really going to be a close one. I don't think I'm seeing a Liverpool win for some reason.
I'm not seeing a Liverpool win either. It's just whether you see an Arsenal win. I think Arsenal,
Yeah,
this will be more of a balancing sort of game in the sort of total title race. I think I do see an Arsenal win here. I don't think it's going to be dominant. I think Liverpool will have chances to get a result from this game, but I don't necessarily know if they'll take them. Um, the narrative is that Arsenal can't score goals, but they're good defensively. and Liverpool are sort of average defensively but score a load of goals, but they're actually even better in defence, despite the
Yeah,
sort of narratives that you kind of pick up on. So it is really tough. On paper, you'd probably say this is like a sort of 1-0 Liverpool win typically, but I think given the circumstances, I will give it to Arsenal. I think it'll be narrow, so I'm just gonna say 2-1 Arsenal. I think.
yeah, pretty solid. The thing with Arsenal is that I think against big teams they can struggle to I think the narrative around them creating struggling to create chances has come in the bigger games where they play kind of quite expansively, try and keep the ball and generally control the areas of the pitch quite well. But then when it comes to getting into the box, it's those games where like you look at Saka and he's way too wide out on the pitch and stuff. It tends to be the bigger games when they do that because the reason they have those players out wide is that so they can control the pitch. So I don't know whether I struggle to see Arsenal scoring like a couple goals. I think they'll get one probably. It's whether they keep Liverpool out. I'm like I was kind of thinking maybe it could be an Arsenal 1-0 win, but then Liverpool is scoring
Yeah, they're
for
so
fun
clinical right now.
at the
Diogo
minute.
Jota's just
Yeah,
getting all the luck in the world. Darwin Nunez is still as unpredictable as ever.
he had the post four
Um,
times against
yeah,
Chelsea. It was insane.
he's just a weirdo, man. He's so weird. I feel like he listens to like heavy metal rock before each
Oh,
game,
definitely. Oh
and
yeah,
then that comes on, and he's just like, nah!
storming around, kicking everything.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, he reminds
I
me of
kind of
like
love it.
when my
He's really fun to watch.
siblings, when they were younger and they didn't really play football, but they'd come and try.
Yeah,
As soon as the ball would come near them, they'd just kick it hard in one direction and
yeah,
see what happens. And then
yeah,
sometimes it would just happen to be brilliant.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I hope it's one of the reasons I hope we keep Duran is because I think Duran's got a bit of that about him. Like when Duran comes on,
yeah.
he charges about, knocks everyone about. When he gets the ball, he just shoots, and it's always a good shot. It's got so much power. There's no finesse at all to anything he does. He just belts the ball every
Do
time
you
he
know
gets
what?
it.
That really reminds me of me when I used to play. Even five-a-side, I would literally just trundle about, knocking into people and just come out with the
Yeah,
ball.
yeah. It's fun to watch. Like that's what. Yeah, I hope we
Yeah,
keep Duran for that reason because it's just kind of
yeah.
fun. Um, but yeah, no.
It's always
So
whenever it succeeds, it's always like, how the hell does that even happen?
yeah, they players like that. They score the weirdest goals,
Yeah.
and it's like the goals that you just think that doesn't logically make any sense to me. And then when they get the chances that they should logically be scoring, it's like, oh, okay, that went 4 meters above the bar.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, what's your
so
final
yeah,
prediction?
well, so I don't know if I see Arsenal scoring many goals, but I don't think they keep Liverpool out because Liverpool just scoring so many goals at the minute. So it could be 2-1's a good shout. It could be 1-1. I might go for a 1-1. But
Desmond's a good shout here as
I don't
well.
want to. Yeah, I don't want to back the draw. I just feel like boring backing the draw. I don't want it to be a draw because like I'm hoping it's a good game.
Well, you got to get
Um,
points, man. If you think it's going to be a draw, then you've got to back the draw.
the the all right, yeah, fine. Fuck it, 1-1.
I feel like
Go
I've
for the
manipulated two of your results into draws so far. I think the Chelsea one, you weren't backing a
yeah, the
draw
Chelsea one.
until
I
I
did.
convinced you.
I mean, I think this one I was the draw was like what I was kind of
Yeah. To be
thought.
fair, with this one, yeah, the draw is like was kind of looming.
Yeah. I don't know. I would like to see a winner, to be honest. But yeah, I'll back the draw. And then last game, what is it? Oh, Brentford City.
Is this actually the last one?
Yeah, Monday night that one is.
Flown through this, honestly.
Yeah, man. Maybe we should be ill more often.
Yeah, let's do it.
Brentford City. So, I mean, it's looking like a City win, surely.
Yeah, I think Brentford will be up for it. I think it will be a much closer game than you would expect based on previous stuff. Just because, again, Tony's back, and to score how many now? Is it 5 goals in the last 2 games? All of a sudden, when he's come back, it's shown a real change
Um,
in in
Yeah, 4 or 5.
teams. So yeah, I back them to score at least one. But obviously, you'd back City with De Bruyne back and with Haaland coming back. Uh, yeah, you'd obviously back them. You back them anywhere. I think it could easily be a 3-1 or 3-2 City. That's where my mind's at.
Yeah, me too, to be honest.
I think for the sake of extra bonus points, I'll go 3-2 City just because, bonus points.
Fair play. Yeah, it's a good shout. I mean, Brentford definitely capable of getting a couple goals against anyone now that Tony's back. Even Neil Maupay is playing well, dare I say it. Did you watch the Spurs game? Oh my god.
No, I didn't actually.
Maupay was on a mad one, man. He was winding everyone up to a degree that even Neil Maupay has never been before. It was hilarious.
Villa?
Yeah, no worse. Honestly, it was from minute one. He was just kicking people's ankles. He was chatting shit at people. They scored first Brentford, and Maupay did Maddison's like darts celebration. And then Maddison came over to him, kind of gave him wrapped his arm around him and slapped him on the back a little bit in a kind of it was like friendly, but actually it wasn't friendly. Like, haha, good one.
Passive aggressive.
Yeah, it was passive aggressive. Like slapped him on the back a bit too hard, and then Maupay sort of laughed in his face and slapped him on the chest, and it was like they were having a big joke, but they were kind of kicking the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And then Maupay was just.
It's really weird. It's always a weird amount of tension when people do that. It's like you don't know if they're going to fight.
It was like exactly like that. It was like really tense and really kind of awkward to watch. And yeah, it was really funny to watch, to be honest. Usually it's really annoying. Like if it was your team, you'd be really annoyed, but it was just hilarious. There's times where the ball was nowhere near him and he'd be running, and you know how he runs into people when he doesn't need to make contact.
Yeah.
He I just jumped on Romero's back at one point, knee back. Yeah, he just jumped on his back, and I was just like, this guy has gone crazy.
Did he even get a yellow?
He did eventually get a yellow at some point. So yeah, anyway, but he's actually playing well, and Brentford they defended really well against Spurs for the most part. They had a 10-minute period where they conceded 3 goals and it fell apart. But for the vast majority of the game, they defended really well and looked dangerous on the counter. I think it will be basically the same thing. City looked vulnerable on the counter, like against Newcastle. I think Brentford will cause some problems on the counter, but City will just have too much. De Bruyne into the box for Haaland is what I'm seeing. I think Brentford will defend deep and compact. But Ben Mee.
Yeah, he's cut Haaland out of the game before. He could do it again.
That's true. It's possible. They did defend really well against Spurs, but Spurs managed to get a few goals. I think City will too. I think 3-2 is a good shout. I think I'm going to go 3-1.
Oh, you little coverer.
I mean, it's just the shout, isn't it? To be honest,
yeah, it is. To be fair, it's definitely a result City like getting. I think if you look over the years, they've probably had 3-1s, then they've had 3-0s or 2-0s or 4-1s.
Yeah, it's just because if you back City for 2 goals, you feel like you're underselling them, you know. But then defensively they don't look super solid. So yeah, it's just got to be.
Yeah. All right. So that's about it. I think we should end there. Get ourselves some more drugs and
that's it. Yeah.
Go and heal.
Oh, hello. You're not hear the door. Hello. Did you trim my beard off, do you think? Yeah. Come on. All right, give me a minute.
Stay down.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never seen him before.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Do you know what? That can be the outro. Normally when that kind of stuff happens, that interrupts an actual piece of content, whereas this is just the outro now. So.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Perfect end.
You'll have to wear a mask.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm actually going to infect him, to be fair. Oh well.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll end on that bombshell, as I like to say on Top Gear. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and by the time you're watching this, you'll probably be watching the football. So I hope you enjoy that too. And
the football. Yeah.
See you next week.
Bye.